Desperado ka bang hindi na maging desperado? This is Watch Tayo and I'm going to review One More Try, an official entry to the 2012 Metro Manila Film Festival. One More Try is the story of Grace, played by Angel Locsin, and Edward, played by Ding Dong Dantes, who had an affair 6 years ago at nagbungay ng isang batang lalaki na si Botchok. Botchok has a rare disease at kinakailangan niya ng donor ng bone marrow na makakuha lamang sa kanyang ama. Pero surprise, surprise, surprise! Hindi match ang bone marrow ni na Edward at Botchok. Ang sabi ng doktor, ang tanging paraan para magka-donor ay kung magkakaroon ng kapatid ang bata from Grace and Edward. And they have two options. First is in vitro fertilization. Spell in vitro. Anyway, may second option pa, and it's the natural way. And it's very complicated dahil si Edward ay kasal na kay Jacqueline, played by Angelica Panganiban. At si Grace naman ay karelasyon na si Tristan, played by Sanjo Marudo. But eventually, pumayag na rin si Jacqueline dahil hindi naman niya mabigyan ng anak si Edward. Si Tristan naman ay pinayagan na si Grace dahil napamahal na rin sa kanya si Botchok. So option number 1 sila, in vitro fertilization. Spell in vitro. Kaso, epic fail. So nagmakaawa si Grace kay Jacqueline na gawin na nila ni Edward yung second option. Awkward!
Huwag mo sanang isipin na nanggugulo ko sa inyo kasi kailangan ko lang kasi talaga yung tulong nyo ngayon eh.
Hindi. Hindi ka makakagulo. Kung kukunin mo lang naman ay yung kailangan mo.
Kung naghahanap ka ng movie na puro desperado ang mga characters, wag na wag mong palalampasin ng One More Try. In this movie, we see an abundance of desperation. Grace is desperate to save her son. Edward is desperate to have a child with Jacqueline. Jacqueline is desperate to become perfect and understanding wife. Tristan is desperate to be feel loved by Grace. Desperation makes us do things beyond what we imagine we can do. It's a normal human experience. Everybody becomes desperate at some point. Sometimes it feels like nothing is working right, so we become desperate. Sometimes other people make us desperate. And sometimes the toughness of the times pushes us to be desperate. Desperation could either be a positive or a negative force that shapes our lives. Ang pagiging desperado ay pwede kang i-motivate para sa kabutihan, but it could also drive you mad to the point that you resort to insane decisions. Kapag humaharap tayo sa mga desperadong pagkakataon, kailangan wag tayo agad-agad gagawa ng mga desisyon. It would help if we would pause, pray, and carefully consider our ways. Meditating God's word would bring faith that makes us confident that God would help us in our time of desperation. Proverbs says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take." Psalm 119 also reminds us that God's word is a lamp to our feet and a light for our path. And after carefully weighing all possible options, we need to step out in faith to obey God's will, no matter how challenging it might seem to be. Mahirap ang sitwasyong pinagdaanan ni na Grace, Jacqueline, Edward, and Tristan. At lahat tayo dumadaan sa mga komplikadong problema. But we have to remember that our desperation could work out for our benefit or detriment. You can choose to either be a victor or a victim. God is our refuge and strength, and a very present help in trouble. So in times of desperation, be desperate for what He can do with your desperation.